How to make money off an overbooked flight. Overselling is becoming increasingly typical as airlines try to recover from a bad year and accommodate an increasing number of travel passengers. Your flight has been overbooked and it isn't due to human error or computer system failure. Some airlines wager that a certain percentage of passengers will miss their flights for a variety of reasons. It could be due to a passenger's misconnection or dozing through an alarm clock. So, they sell more seats than the plane can hold, which is totally legal. Most of the time the system works, and there's no problem. But when it becomes a problem and they don't have enough seats, airlines have been known to use bribery at the gate out of desperation to create room for ticket holders. But if you aren't in a rush to get to your destination and want to profit from the situation, here are some tips on how to take advantage of an oversold flight. It may be tempting to accept the desk agent's first offer, especially if you're not used to haggling, but you risk undervaluing the airline's concession. It's also useful to recognize when you're being taken advantage of and when you should hold out for a better deal. The Department of Transportation specifies what rights travelers have dependent on the delay length of their initial flight or the flight they were bumped from. Be sure to click the link in the description below for a detailed outline of compensation amounts passengers are entitled to for their inconvenience. Prepare your terms and determine your walkaway price or range before engaging in talks with a gate agent. When the airline issues a call for additional volunteers to give up their seats, kindly request that your reimbursement be equal to that of the very last volunteer. You don't want to lowball for being an early volunteer and accepting $300 when someone else behind you receives $1,000. Also, if the airline refuses to offer cash incentives, know that there are other options. When it comes to off-menu products, airline agents are trained on how to push a hard bargain, so don't expect a lot of transparency. Consider asking for valuable non-cash incentives and upgrades, like meal or hotel vouchers, hotel to airport transportation, access to lounges, better routing on your replacement trip, or even a first or business class seat upgrade, depending on your wait time for the next flight out. Desperate airlines will sometimes go to extremes to acquire volunteers, especially when they need a lot of them. Yes, traveling can be stressful at times, but it doesn't have to be if you are well prepared for the worst. Always book your flights as early as possible and make sure that you keep in mind all the different delays that could happen. It's important to know your rights when it comes to making money from overbooked flights, so that you don't end up empty-handed when it's time to collect what you're owed. Most importantly, keep calm and take charge of your travel plans. And of course, have a nice flight.